Did you know the man who brought light to millions of homes died in complete darkness? Karl Auer von Welsbach was a genius inventor who changed how we see the world. He created the gas mantle, a simple device that made bright light possible in every home. Before his invention, people lived in dim, flickering light. His work with rare earth elements also led to lighter fluid and early light bulbs that lit up entire cities. But Karl worked with extremely dangerous chemicals every day. These flammable compounds were the key to his success, but also his downfall. In 1898, while mixing new chemical combinations in his lab, something went terribly wrong. The reaction exploded, and his entire workspace burst into flames. Karl was trapped inside, surrounded by the very chemicals he had spent years perfecting. He died from severe burns, killed by the same flammable materials that had made him famous. Today, his gas mantles still light camping lanterns and emergency equipment worldwide. Millions benefit from his brilliant mind, yet few know his tragic story. Did you know the man who created the first combat submarine died testing his own invention? Horace Lawson Hunley built something that would change naval warfare forever, but it cost him everything. During the Civil War, Hunley designed the H.L. Hunley, a hand-cranked submarine operated by 8 men. The plan was simple: sneak underwater, attach explosives to enemy ships, and escape undetected. But this revolutionary machine had a deadly problem. The submarine sank twice during testing, killing both crews. Most inventors would have given up, but not Hunley. He believed so strongly in his creation that he decided to personally command the third test mission to prove it was safe. On October 15, 1863, Hunley and his entire crew climbed into the metal coffin for what should have been a routine dive. They never surfaced. The submarine sank again, likely from a ballast tank malfunction, taking its creator with it. Hunley's sacrifice wasn't in vain. His design became the blueprint for modern submarines used in military operations, deep-sea research, and even underwater tourism. Sometimes the greatest innovations demand the ultimate price. Did you know the man who made newspapers possible died from his own invention, and barely anyone wrote about it? William Bullock changed everything in 1865. His rotary printing press could pump out thousands of newspapers in the time it used to take to make dozens. Suddenly, daily news became cheap and fast. Everyone could afford to stay informed. But Bullock's amazing machine had a deadly flaw. In 1867, during a routine check, a piece of the press got stuck. Back then, workers would just kick jammed parts back into place. No big deal, right? Bullock did exactly that. His foot got caught in the spinning machinery. The gears crushed his leg instantly. Doctors in the 1860s didn't know much about infection. What started as a bad injury turned into gangrene. The infection spread through his body. Within days, the father of modern newspapers was dead. Here's the twisted part. The newspapers that his invention made possible barely covered his death. The man who gave the world instant information became a forgotten footnote in history. Did you know the man who invented the rubber in your car tires died from the very process he created? Charles Goodyear changed everything when he discovered vulcanized rubber in the 1800s. Before him, rubber was useless. It melted in summer and cracked in winter. But Goodyear was obsessed with finding the perfect formula. For decades, he mixed rubber with sulfur and dangerous lead compounds in his tiny laboratory. He barely left his workspace, often sleeping right there among the toxic fumes. Day after day, he breathed in poisonous chemicals that slowly destroyed his body. His breakthrough came by accident when he dropped rubber mixed with sulfur onto a hot stove. The heat created strong, flexible rubber that could handle any temperature. This discovery became the foundation for car tires, shoe soles, and thousands of products we use today. But the cost was his life. The toxic fumes and lead exposure gradually poisoned him. In 1860, Goodyear died from the very chemicals that made his invention possible. Today, millions safely use his rubber products, never knowing their creator paid the ultimate price for this revolutionary discovery.